It's 2026, and buying the wrong car can quietly drain your money for years. Some Volkswagens shine in the showroom, but start bleeding money once daily driving begins, while others are built to survive it. So today, we're breaking down the 10 most reliable VW models you can actually trust right now, built to survive traffic, time, and real-world driving. Number 10, Volkswagen Tiguan. Let's start with a VW that balances modern tech with long-term sanity. The Tiguan is one of Volkswagen's best-selling vehicles worldwide, and that matters for reliability. The modern Tiguan runs mainly on VW's 2.0-liter TSI EA888 Gen 3 engine, which is a very different animal from the older problematic versions. This engine uses dual injection, meaning it sprays fuel both directly into the cylinder and into the intake port. That single design choice already fixes one of VW's biggest long-term killers, carbon buildup. So why did VW quietly redesign the Tiguan's engine system instead of just adding more horsepower? Well, older VW engines only used direct injection, and that caused thick carbon to form on intake valves over time. But the Tiguan's dual injection system washes those valves with fuel, keeping them cleaner for tens of thousands of miles longer than older designs. That means better airflow, cleaner combustion, and slower mechanical aging. Twist. Then there's another thing, the transmission choice. Most reliable Tigans use the Aisin 8-speed automatic, not the DSG. That's important because Aisin gearboxes are used by Toyota and Lexus for a reason. They're built for longevity. The Torque converter absorbs shock that would normally eat clutch packs in a dual clutch system. Then, cooling is another hidden win. The Tiguan uses an electronically controlled coolant module that warms the engine quickly and then stabilizes temperature instead of constantly overheating and cooling. Stable temperature means oil doesn't break down as fast, seals last longer, and head gaskets stay happier over time. The Tiguan isn't built to impress on paper, it's built to stay quiet, controlled, and healthy when real life keeps abusing it every day. Number 9, Volkswagen Golf. Now that we've seen how VW protects a compact SUV, let's shift to the car that basically carries the brand on its shoulders. The Golf is Volkswagen's backbone. If this car fails, VW fails. That's why the modern Golf runs on the EA888 turbo engine family, the same base used in Audi and Porsche entry models. But unlike older VWs, newer Golfs use improved piston rings, stronger timing components, and better oil control, all made to stop the classic VW problems before they start. Now it's not over yet because many Golfs pass nearly 200,000 miles, while other small cars die much earlier. Yes, that's true. One big reason is thermal control. The Golf uses a mapped cooling system, meaning the engine computer controls coolant flow instead of letting it move all the time. By warming up faster, the Golf reduces metal-on-metal friction during the most dangerous part of driving. Also, VW tunes the Golf's turbo for early torque. That keeps exhaust temperatures lower and protects the turbine bearings over long use. Twist. And another quiet hero is the chassis. The Golf's suspension isn't extreme. It uses simple McPherson struts and a stable rear layout, which means fewer bushings and joints get destroyed by bad roads. That saves money and keeps alignment healthy longer. Inside the drivetrain, many Golfs use the Aisin automatic, which gives smoother launches and less clutch stress in daily traffic. The Golf lasts because VW stopped chasing drama and focused on balance, power that works with the parts instead of punishing them. Number 8, Volkswagen Jetta. If the Golf is VW's backbone, this one is its quiet workhorse. The Jetta looks simple, but that's exactly why it survives. Most modern Jettas use VW's 1.4-liter and 1.5-liter TSI engines, which are designed for efficiency. These engines run lower cylinder pressure than older 2.0T motors, which reduces stress on pistons, rods, and head gaskets over time. What design choices inside its turbo and control systems quietly protect it for the long haul? It's all about Jetta's control. Its turbo system runs small, fast spooling turbos, and it keeps exhaust gas temperature lower and protects the turbo seals and bearings. Fuel delivery is another strength. Jetta engines use direct injection with multi-hole injectors to spray fuel more evenly. And when it comes to weight, Jetta is lighter than SUVs like Tiguan or Atlas. Many Jettas also avoid complex AWD systems, keeping the drivetrain simple and cheap to maintain. If you want a Volkswagen that keeps ownership simple, light, and predictable, the Jetta quietly earns that role better than most people expect. Number 7, Volkswagen Passat. So after a lightweight daily driver, let's move into something built for long roads, steady speed, and mechanical peace. The Passat is the kind of Volkswagen people buy when they want peace. It's not flashy, not aggressive, and that's exactly why it lasts. VW designed it for highways, long drives, and steady cruising. Still, that raises a question: what keeps a big sedan like the Passat alive when others start rattling and leaking? The Passat's strength comes from how gently it runs its parts. Most Passats use a version of the EA888 engine, but with lower boost and wider torque spread. Instead of hitting hard, power builds slowly, which protects pistons, rods, and turbo bearings from shock loads. Its cooling system is tuned for endurance. The thermostat and electric water pump keep temperatures stable instead of swinging hot and cold, and those swings are what crack hoses and warp components over time. The Passat is also heavier than the Golf, but VW compensates with softer suspension geometry. That reduces stress on control arms and wheel hubs, which is why older Passats often still track straight on the road. The Passat doesn't try to show off. It stays relaxed, steady, and controlled, and that calm design is what keeps it running clean for years. Number 6, Volkswagen Taos. Now let's downsize the idea of reliability with a VW designed for everyday life. The Volkswagen Taos looks small, but it's built for people who drive every day. VW designed it to sit between a hatchback and a full SUV, giving owners good mileage without sacrificing strength. Taos focuses on smooth driving, lightweight, and long-term durability. Under the hood, most Taos models run a 1.5-liter turbocharged engine made to stay efficient under stress. But here's the part most people miss. Taos uses active cylinder management. So when you're cruising, the engine literally shuts down 2 cylinders to reduce heat and friction. Sounds simple, but this detail changes reliability, turbo life, and fuel wear over years of driving. When those cylinders deactivate, the engine produces less heat, the oil stays thicker longer, and the turbo doesn't spin under constant load. That slows internal wear on pistons, bearings, and seals. Taos also uses a timing belt designed for quiet operation and predictable maintenance instead of stretching unpredictably like older chains. The turbo itself is water-cooled, so heat doesn't bake the oil after shutdown. On AWD models, the rear drivetrain only engages when needed, reducing strain on axles and gears. Even the transmission is tuned for soft shifts, avoiding shock that damages turboshafts and CV joints. Taos protects itself by reducing heat, shock, and friction before damage ever starts. And that mindset adds years to the drivetrain. Number 5, Volkswagen Touareg. Next is a VW built to carry weight without burning itself out. The Volkswagen Touareg is VW's premium SUV, built more for long life than flashy sales. It shares its platform with luxury SUVs, but VW tuned it for durability, comfort, and stable power delivery instead of aggressive performance. However, Touareg isn't just big, it manages weight in a smart way. It uses adaptive air suspension and torque management to control how power moves through the SUV. But how does it protect the engine, transmission, and drivetrain over years of use instead of wearing them out? Touareg engines are designed for low-stress torque rather than high RPM abuse. That means the motor pulls smoothly instead of screaming for power. Many Touareg models also use a water-to-oil cooler. It keeps engine oil from thinning under heat. When oil stays stable, turbo shafts and cam surfaces last much longer. The AWD system doesn't lock full time. It distributes torque only when slip is detected, reducing stress on axles and differentials. Instead of forcing power, the Touareg manages heat, load, and torque carefully, keeping big hardware working smoothly. Number 4, Volkswagen Golf R. We already talked about the normal Volkswagen Golf. However, Golf R is different. It keeps the same smart base but adds stronger parts for people who drive harder. It's still practical, but underneath, it's closer to a sports car that learned how to behave on regular roads. On the other hand, the Golf R hides something special inside its drivetrain. And it's how the Golf R uses a system that can shift torque side to side between the rear wheels while you're turning. It makes the car stay balanced under pressure. Still, how does that help the car stay reliable when it's pushed more than a normal Golf? The Golf R's 2.0-liter turbo is tuned for wide torque. It builds boost smoothly to keep cylinder pressure stable and protects pistons and head gaskets over time. Then its rear torque vectoring differential spreads load across both wheels instead of letting one side work too hard. That reduces heat in the driveline and lowers wear on bearings and CV joints. Even the cooling is upgraded. Bigger intercoolers and oil cooling keep turbo temps under control, which protects seals and turbine shafts during long drives or fast runs. That's why the Golf R stays quick without sacrificing long-term strength. Number 3, Volkswagen Beetle, 2012 to 2019. After speed and hardware, let's switch gears to something emotional. A car that looks playful but hides serious engineering. The modern Volkswagen Beetle isn't just about cute looks. The 2012 to 2019 generation was built on VW's newer platform, sharing parts with the Golf and Jetta. So behind the retro shape, you actually get proven engineering that focuses on daily reliability and easy ownership. Now, what makes the Beetle so interesting? Like, how did they make a fun-looking car manage to stay dependable instead of becoming fragile over time? Most Beetles in this generation run VW's 1.8T or 2.0T engines. They use chain-driven cams, lowering long-term service risk. The turbo setup is tuned for mid-range torque, and it can reduce stress on pistons and turbo bearings. Its independent rear suspension keeps tire wear even and improves stability on rough roads. The steering rack uses electric assist, removing hydraulic pump failure points. Because the Beetle shares components with the Golf, parts availability stays high and repair costs stay lower than people expect. Behind the playful design, the Beetle carries proven Golf engineering, which keeps ownership calmer than its image suggests. Number 2, Volkswagen Atlas. From compact engineering, the list moves into full-size responsibility and long-term pressure. The Atlas is Volkswagen's biggest SUV, and normally, big SUVs die faster because weight kills parts. But VW didn't build the Atlas like a racer. They built it like a mover, something that carries people. An SUV this big should wear itself out fast, yet the Atlas doesn't. So, what saves its engine and transmission from breaking under constant weight? Most reliable Atlas trims use the 3.6-liter VR6 engine, and that motor is famous inside VW for one reason: smooth rotation. The VR6 makes power naturally, so crankshafts, bearings, and timing components don't get hammered every time you press the pedal. The Atlas runs a wide cooling layout. The radiator, oil cooler, and transmission cooler work together, which keeps temperatures even. When heat stays stable, seals don't shrink, gaskets don't harden, and fluids last longer. VW also programmed the Atlas transmission for slow early shifts. It keeps RPM low while cruising, which reduces clutch pack wear inside the gearbox. That's why many Atlas owners see fewer transmission complaints compared to smaller turbo VWs. The Atlas handles big work by staying smooth, cool, and controlled, letting weight move through the drivetrain without tearing it apart. Number 1. Volkswagen Polo. And now we're at the last one on the list. The Volkswagen Polo may look small, but it's one of VW's smartest and most reliable builds worldwide. In many markets, the Polo is known as a daily driver that survives heavy traffic, rough roads, and long ownership without turning into a repair nightmare. While small cars usually get abused the most, Polo keeps going. So what makes this little VW last longer than people expect? The Polo's biggest strength is efficient, low-stress engineering. Assuring. Most Polos use small displacement engines that don't push extreme boost or heat, which keeps internal parts like pistons and bearings healthier for longer. The cooling system helps the engine reach stable temperatures faster and reduces wear during city driving. The lightweight chassis also puts less strain on brakes, suspension, and wheel hubs. Polo gearboxes are tuned for smooth, short shifts, reducing clutch shock and transmission stress. And because the car is simple and compact, maintenance stays affordable and predictable. So the Polo formula keeps small cars dependable for the long run. Now I'm curious, which VW from this list surprised you the most? Are you already driving one or planning to buy one soon? Drop your pick in the comments and let's talk about it. And before you leave, don't miss our next video where we expose the VW features that secretly shorten engine life, the stuff owners wish they avoided sooner.